Hey, what's up YouTube? In this video, I'll be showing you how to make my miniature house number 2. And I just want to reiterate this before we get started. These miniature houses really aren't supposed to be functional at all. They're not supposed to be used as survival houses or anything like that. They're really only supposed to be decorative. If you want to make it anyway, here's what you're going to need. You will need some block of quartz. Also grab black stained clay. By the way, if you don't like black stained clay for whatever reason, any other type of clay would probably look good, as would any type of wood, and I'm sure that wool would also be fine as well. Also grab glass pane, and finally grab yourself some glass block. And that's all we're really going to be needing, unless of course you want to do the interior and the exterior as well, in which case grab yourself some bookshelves, some jungle leaves, and some shrunken heads. But all you really need to make this house is these 4 materials right here. So once you have these, and once you've figured out where you want to make it, I'll be making it right here, you'll want to kick off your house with a row of 3 block of quartz coming directly up from the ground. So that's 1, 2, 3. You then want to take this third block in your row of 3 and go right of it by 10. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Then connect that 10th block to the ground like this to form a small table shape. Once you've done that, it's now time for us to determine which side is the front of our house and which is the back. For instance, this is the front side of my house, where I've just placed this quartz. Once you've determined that, you now want to come to the back side of your house. Take each corner end of your table and extend each end of your table towards where the back of the house is going to be, each by 6. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then connect each one of those 6 blocks together, and then connect each one of those 6 blocks to the ground to form what is really starting to look like a very small coffee table. Once you've done that, you now want to return it back to the front of your house. You want to come up to this front left hand corner block, this one right here, and you want to go on top of it by 4 with your quartz. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. Then go right by 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then connect that 4th block down to your table shape, and then you can actually keep going down until you hit the floor to form an A shape, like this. Once you've formed your A shape on the front of your house, you actually want to do the exact same thing on the back. So coming to the back of the house now, taking this back left hand corner, go up on top of this corner by 4. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. Then go left by 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then go down from this 4th block until you connect to the table, and then keep going down until you connect to the floor like this to give you 2 A shapes. Once you've done that, you now want to connect the front top corner A shape together on each side. So you kind of just want to combine the front and the back of the house together like this to kind of form like a shoe shape now, I suppose we have. Once you've done that, for us to make the next few bits easier, we probably have to fill in the 1st/2nd floor of our house. So if you take out whatever material you want to use to fill in the 2nd floor of your house, and then you just completely fill it in, just as I'm doing now, then it'll just make these next couple of bits a little bit easier. So I'm just completely filling in the 2nd floor with black stained clay, but of course you guys can fill it in with whatever you like. I'm sure that quartz would look good, or glass, or whatever you want to use really. Once you've completely filled in that 2nd floor, you now want to come to the front of your house again, and it's now time for us to fill in each one of the walls. And the way that I'm going to do this is this. I'm just going to completely fill in the front of our house, and then I'm just going to show you guys what it should look like, including the 2nd floor as well, because I really do think that this is the easiest way to do things, because it's really simple what you have to do, but it'd really be hard and take a long time to explain what you have to do when all you have to do, like I said, is just look at what I've done right now, and I'm sure that you'll be able to figure it out quite easily for yourselves. So all you want to do is just fill in those 3 faces, make those 2 quartz blocks just right near the middle of the house to kind of just like form the door, the entrance to the house. And you also want to place that single quartz on the left and right hand side, kind of just extending out the table shape left and right like that. So pause this video if necessary, apply everything that you see here onto your very own house, and once you've done that, we can continue on. So we're now just moving on to the sides of the house, and the sides of the house we're going to be handling these in the exact same way. It's all very, very simple, and as a matter of fact, you actually do the exact same thing to the lower and upper halves of the house, and you also do the exact same thing to each end of the house as well. So whatever you do to the left, you'll do to the right. So this is what you want to do on the left and right hand side of your house, just like this. Pause this if necessary. Once you've got that taken care of, we're now doing the exact same thing on the opposite side. So all we have here is the lower half, and we'll be taking care of the little balcony entrance later, since that is, well, it's not difficult, but it's, you know, it's separate, it's different. So once you've done that one side of the house, come over to the opposite side of the house and do this, and of course pause this if necessary, apply everything that you see. Once you've done that, we can move on. So coming to the back of the house now, the back of the house is almost identical to the front of the house. The only difference being on the back is, of course, we have no entrance back here. So unless of course you wanted to add an entrance, which would be right here, you could leave that open, you could leave that as a back door, but that's kind of up to you. So just completely filling in the back of the house now, and there you go. Oh, I suppose that we should also add those single quartz blocks on the left and right hand sides, like that. So you want to end up with something that should look exactly like this, almost identical to the front, except of course the one major difference being that we plug the entrance on the back. Once you've done that to the back of the house, you now want to come to the balcony area here and do this. So to do the balcony, it's actually really simple. All I did here for the balcony, I just like connected the front and the back of the house together with black stained clay, and then I just added a little bit of glass pane just as a bit of a walkway like that, and it's really simple. So once you've done that for yourself, if you then want to finish off the exterior of the house by filling in the roof part here with glass block, I'm pretty sure that my tips and tricks and hints and stuff's got reset, because I've definitely used glass before. And if you just fill in the roof, you fill in the store space, and then if you just add a glass pane balcony going all the way around, you'll have actually 100% fully completed the structure of your house, and you'll want to end up with something that should look a little bit like this. Very nice, very simple, very easy. So this is where the tutorial part of this actually cuts out, and what I'm now going to do is I'm going to whip away for just a second, and I'm going to mess about with the interior, not that there's anything to do, and I'm also going to mess about with the exterior as well. If you guys want to hang around with that, then I will see you guys in just a moment. Alright guys, so as you can see, I have tampered with the house ever so slightly. Let's take a look at what we have, shall we? So, starting with the interior, as you guys can see, the ground floor is not much to look at. You can barely move around it, and that's perfectly fine because we don't plan on using this house ever. So this is a ground floor, replaced it with quartz because I knew that I wanted to have quartz on the outside. I wanted a recurring theme, so I ripped up the ground floor, replaced it with quartz, and it's looking pretty nice. I used quartz for the stairs, and I backed that with glass block to kind of give the illusion that there's still space even though there isn't. Let's take a look at the second floor. So you come up on the balcony, and I decided to put 3 potted plants here. That's basically just black stained clay with trapdoors around it, and there we have some jungle leaves. I wanted to go with the trio instead of just 1 and 2, mainly because we have really limited space, so I couldn't separate the plants even more. I would have preferred 1 here and 1 here, but just because, you know, glass pane kind of like sticks onto anything that's, well, next to it, I kind of had to go for this little arrangement here. But it looks kind of good, right? And we kind of really have a very small amount of room on the second floor, as you can see. To even get into this little hub area, we kind of have to move and maneuver around this hole that we have for the staircase. But there you go, that's the interior of the house. Not much going on. Same with the exterior as well. Really haven't had to do anything for the exterior. I just dug an area around the house. How far did I dig around? So starting from the very edge, 1, 2, 3, dug an area of 3 around the house, replaced the first 2 with quartz, replaced the third one with black stained clay, if you guys can see that, not seen that, and place jungle leaves on top of it, and it's looking pretty good. I think that this is a really nice looking house. It's extremely small, extremely easy to make, and that's exactly how I like it. I like this little brand of housing. It's nice and miniature, really cool looking in my opinion, and I think that it would be really cool if you had a massive row of these things, and that's kind of what I'm working towards. This is number 2. Hopefully you guys liked it. Thanks for watching, guys, and I will see you in the next video.